Evil awakens in Horace Greeley's new thriller, The Legendary Creature. Children in the sleepy little town of Drechkistubeljic, Iceland have always been warned by their parents about the abominable Iceman who lives in the hills. Little Inga Stuverdek never believed the stories and set off into the frozen hills with her best friend Gluck Pocheka for a camping holiday. But they strayed off the beaten path and found themselves in a large cave, and their high-pitched screams of terror woke the Iceman, who followed them back to Drechkistubeljic, furious that its slumber had been disturbed. Now the town's fate rests in the hands of these two prepubescents who, with the help of their fourth-grade teacher Mr. Locke, must save the town from the evil Iceman's cold clutches. Jan and Dave were excited to spend a romantic weekend in the dark and forbidding forest, but when Dave's attempt to dig a love nest under the old willow tree unearths a sacred tome, evil awakes. Now the mummy of Mermansdell has risen from its slumber and hunts the two lovers throughout the forest. Some things are better left to sleep. Will they survive? Will they find peace? Who will stop the mummy? Wrap your arms around your loved one and catch creatures of the night tonight. Eternal vampire Count Vladisuckus had it easy for years. Then nearby Guild and Billy Home for the mentally off-kilter had a hole in the fence through which one patient would wander at least once a month, giving the Count a solid meal plan to live by. But when the new Scandinavian janitor Olbaf Slakiver finally patches the hole, Vladisuckus' buffet dries up, and he's pissed off. Olba has unknowingly brought the wrath of a vampire down upon the happy little nut house, and even a hot and steamy shower can't wash away the guilt, no matter how often she scrubs herself with a loofah or bathes with her transsexual librarian Iggy. Soon the bodies begin to pile up, all with two neat little holes in the neck. It's terror and madness in the swady new thriller Creatures of the Night. The Night Creatures return. The fans' lawyer Mitch Glubb was excited about his trip to the ancient Viking ruins of Norway. The trip started out well when he met native Norwegian Helga Seville Baird and gotten into her bed on the first night, but his dream vacation was about to become a living nightmare. Mitch and Helga joined a Portuguese tourist group led by Portuguese tourist guide Marcus and set out for the ruins. But there was more awaiting this group than ancient Viking ruins, for the group's trip coincided with the full moon settling in the house of Leo on the summer solstice for the first time in a century, and that was the signal the cats were waiting for. The humans had ruled the earth for long enough. It was time for the cats to begin their reign of terror. Soon, the Portuguese group, along with Mitch and Helga, arrived at the ancient ruins, only to be overcome by feline fury, as Portuguese tourists are mauled limb by limb, and blood soaks the ground. Mitch, Helga, and Marcus must find a way to stop the demonic advance of these kitties. It's terror with a furball in the shocking new tale of gore, Attack of the Mutant Monsters. The undead have had it with humanity, and the sleepy little town of Mongrel, Texas is going to be the final battlefield. Deranged scientist Lugo Hellspawn has joined forces with the horde of the undead and descends upon Mongrel to begin humanity's extinction. Only Mongrel Sheriff Luke Hunkman and Librarian Susie Cumley can save humanity by finding the strength in their festering love. Our fate is in their hands in the new thriller, The Undead Creatures from the Grave.